Oh no, constrained through tariffs, constrained through wars, constrained through the geography I'm in, constrained because of finances, constrained because of time, constrained because of resources. Constraints, are they really the beast? Or is there beauty in them? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story from my favorite book, Beautiful Constrained. Now, many years ago, there was this internet meme called Do Your Best Jagger that went viral and crazy. The name of this meme originated from the name of the same game. Now, the rules were not complicated. The players could challenge each other through any medium at any time. And when you received the challenge, you had to channel your inner Jagger. And hey, you couldn't say, let me just finish my food or let me take out my coat. You had to get into your Jagger style move just right then and there. Now, the question is not, why would people participate in this madness? The question is, why is it that even if the most reluctant cashier standing behind a counter in Subway, when did his Jagger move, people could just say, oh, he's moving like a Jagger. And the answer to this is because of constraint. Yes, you heard me right. Okay, so in Keith Richards' autobiography, Life, Jagger's fellow Stones explains how this distinctively flamboyant style that Mick Jagger had came about. When Stones started, he says, they played in very small venues. By the time the band was set up and the audience were in place, you were literally left with a table-sized space. Now, Mick Jagger, who was the front man of the band, ambitious to break through, Jagger learned to work in that space. So his moves were actually because he had the constraint of that space. It was the combination of his deep desire to connect with the audience who were listening to him and the band, and the constraint that resulted in that very special move like Jagger. Now, a lot of the times when we talk about constraint, we think about this song, don't fence me in, let people be, give them the space and the time and all the freedom to do their best work. But the truth is that a lot of the times our best only surfaces when we are put in a situation filled with constraint, but you must have the desire. In life, the benefits of constraints are all around us. Take, for example, parenting. It's only with our digital little natives, our kids, when we have certain constraints, then only we are able to bring them up in this world that is right for them, whether they like it or not. It requires a certain constraint. In lifelong relationship, the fact that we commit to one partner and exclude everybody else results in that lifelong relationship. Many constraints are important for such wonderful outcomes to take place. Let's look at business now, the area in which you and I are really interested. Google's homepage. Do you know when Larry Page wanted to make the Google's homepage, he knew how to create the search bar and knew how to put the logo, but he really did not have that level of coding abilities that he could create something phenomenal. So he created a very simple page, whilst all other search engines at that time cluttered their pages, and the world loved the Google's Hey homepage because it was just so simple to look and so simple to use as a result of it. So that homepage was a result of constraint. Let's look at entertainment industries. One of the most loved character, Mario. Mario is as colorful because of the challenges of 8-bit technology. To compensate for poor pixelation definition, designer Shigeru Miyamoto gave the character a really large nose to emphasize humanity, a mustache to remove the need to create a mouth and teeth, and then he gave him a cap so that he didn't have to animate his hair. And what happens? Mario becomes one of the most loved characters of the entertainment industry. It's a constraint that led it to that place. Now, how many of us would be using Twitter if it was not 140 characters, but 14,000 characters? Almost none of us. But you know, those 140 characters was a constraint. So every time we feel constrained, and we feel the frequency of constraints a lot more now than we ever have, it's time you tell yourself that this constraint ain't the beast, it's the beauty. But you must have the desire and constraint. It's the combination of the two that leads you to places where you can say, this constraint is a beautiful constraint. Stay storied, and I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.